Hey folks, Gary Dean here with the Institutional Pivot Matrix, and I'm going to go over today's setup and how our software actually gave us one of the best entries we've had in a long time and why we were actually looking long. So this is our primary accumulation zone. And this is our secondary. So you can see these blue candles. What it means is that price is heading lower, but there's more buys coming in at the ask rather than the bid, which changes the color of it. And when you have the opposite, when price is going up and we have more sellers going at the bid instead of the ask, we start getting the purple lines. But that's just the signal generator. From here, you can see price down buying. Here's our different cycles, and you can see we're in transition right here. So the fact that we came down to our secondary, we're already in a transition mode from this move down, and we found support here, gave us reason to start looking on the long side. And this is how we did it. We had the big gap down, and from there you can see we had full duration on the spiders here. So our software gave us an accumulation buy signal right at the 663.83. And we came right into our primary distribution zone, and that was where we got kind of the first signal. So you could have held long right here all the way till we got the first one. So you got long at the 663.76, and you covered at 668.45. So 5 points if you're trading the spiders like we did, where we bought calls on those, and we were able to close them out for a very, very good profit. Traders that use our software who traded the ES made 50 points on that trade alone. And now what happens is we want to keep an eye on the sell signals here, because once we're at the top, what we want to do is really kind of ignore these buy signals, because we're already at max duration, meaning that even if this kicks in, it's probably going to have a limited time period. But here you can see we got a sell signal, and it came right at our secondary. So we found support at our secondary accumulation zone, and then on a short-term period we found sellers at our secondary distribution. So what we can do from there is simply find out where is support, and the way we do it is you simply put into the software, you have to put the number of bars in it. So we're looking at 59 bars, and all I do is go in and change it to 59, and those are going to switch to actual support levels. So here you can see it pops down. Here's our support level. So the good thing about the software is that you can turn around, and as you're taking your trade, we knew this was, as we took our trade here, that was our first target. And now what happens if we get short? This is going to be our first target here. And knowing your targets is really probably the most important thing, especially if you're trading options or futures, because otherwise you're just kind of running blind. So we know we ran into our secondary distribution. Now this is I'm just not going to change these. I'm going to put, this is our primary accumulation, and this would be our secondary right here, and those would be our downside targets. And that's how you use this. And it measures, we can see that we have a GAN time coming up, and that's at 2 o'clock today. So we're going to keep an eye on that. If we're heading down and we have and we get a buy signal, we're going to be looking to go long on that. And really just, we have all this information right in front of us. So it makes your trading really, really easy, because one, you already know your targets. Two is, if we end up taking out that secondary, what happens is we're now going to start looking at our targets that are longer term, the secondary accumulation, which is looking for the S&P to head a lot higher from there. But right now, I would actually use it on a different time period, because I want to know where the different distribution phases are. But we know once we get through that last one, then we already have our upside targets that the software is automatically generating. So if you're interested in trading these kinds of cycles as well as support resistance zone, check out my profile. We have everything there. You can see actually live examples and how everything works. So good luck trading today. Let's see how the market closes.